Did you party last night? Do you want to forget? Did you party last night? And now you regret? Well, Andrew's in the house and he wants to get your party story. Did you party last night and you woke up today? Did you party last night and you got something to say? Well, Andrew's in the house and he wants to get your party story. I sound just like that guy. What a fucking chorus, right?
Pretty good.
I gave it to you. I didn't give TD Ameritrade like anything half as good as that.
Hey, everybody. This is Andrew with another edition of Party Stories. Thanks for tuning in. People don't tune in. That's not a thing anymore. But thanks for listening. My guest today is a friend. You guys might know from My Chemical Romance, from Reggie and the Full Effect, from the Get Up
They
Kids.
don't know me from My Chemical Romance.
Newfound Glory.
I'm the most unknown person.
You're
from
not
My
even in
Chemical
the
Romance.
pictures.
Nope. And that's, people bring that up all the time. Like, well, if you're in My Chemical Romance, how come you're not in any of the videos or pictures? It's like, because I was just a hired keyboard player until 2012, and then I became a member of the band, and we broke up 6 months later. So there's pictures of me and Gerard at Starbucks.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's fine.
As long as you can say you know him. I know the guy.
No, like I have my Black Parade jacket because I was there for the whole
I know.
tour.
I believe it.
No, I have. Oh my god.
No,
but like, so I have the Black Parade jacket, like the one I wore on stage every night, for that whole tour. Like sweat stains and everything's still on it. Like it's in my closet at home. And like people come over and they'll see
they think you're a fan.
Well, no, I have like all the.
They're like, dude, you love Michael Romance? Me too.
Like, I think 3 Cheers was such a better record though. Like, fuck. Hey, Black Parade's fine, but 3 Cheers, oh man, record just hit, just fucking deep cut after deep cut after deep cut.
Oh, that's fine.
But no, like, it's like I have, all the platinum record stuff, like hung up on the wall and like have that in the closet, and people are like, what the fuck? Like, why do you have all this? It's like, because I was a keyboard player in My Chemical Romance. It's like, what? Like, they have a keyboard player? Like, God damn it. Like, fucking the most popular song they have, it starts on piano, and that was me,
Sure.
motherfucker. Like, oh, that was you? Like,
That's funny. I don't think I actually said his name. My guest is James Dewees, everybody.
hello.
Yeah, this is him. This is exciting because some of you guys might know him from none of those bands and just doing the theme song in this podcast.
Yeah, it's your podcast.
Which is great. I like it.
But did you say Get Up Kids yet?
I did say Get Up Kids.
Okay, Get
I
Up-
didn't say Coalesce. That's the only
Get-
one I didn't.
You know what's weird? Okay, so Casket Lottery is opening this tour right now,
Yeah.
and there's 2 members of Coalesce.
They're opening this tour.
Yeah, and 2 members of Coalesce and Casket Lottery. Last night, Corey, the guitar player who replaced Jess, he came to the show in Dallas. So 4 of us were together last night, and that hasn't fucking happened in like
That's crazy.
16, 17
Yeah,
years to have
that's
all of us in
awesome.
the same room. We're like, we should play a fucking song.
I think this is funny. You live in Buffalo, New York now. I decided the other day to go see the Alkaline Trio Casket Lottery in New York, in Buffalo. They're playing in Buffalo, New York.
Wait, Casket Lottery's opening that show?
Yeah, they're doing the tour.
What? Hold on.
That's what it says on the flyer.
Wait, hold on. I know I saw the Alkaline Trio like ad for Town Ballroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy tickets to it, and I'm gonna
You
go.
don't have to buy tickets to it. I'll get you tickets. To it.
Oh
It's
well,
fine.
that would be great.
I'm James Dewees from My Chemical Romance. I can get.
If anyone wants tickets, tweet at
No,
them.
don't say that. No, if you want tickets at a discounted rate, I could probably get 5 for about $15 each or something. Meet me.
I know a guy.
Meet me on Washington. That's the back entrance to the Town Ballroom. About 7 p.m. and we'll sort this out.
I think this is. I've been a fan of your music for a long time. The first time I ever saw you, I don't know if I've told you this, is I actually was late to the game for Reggie and the Full Effect. I feel like I had never heard of you before.
How late were you?
I'll tell you right now is I went to see Alkaline Trio, and you opened up for them.
No, it's
it was
Together Pangea is opening that show.
Oh, okay. Well, they're Casket Lottery's doing the one down here then.
Okay.
That's what made me think
Good
of that.
for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're doing like maybe the South tour. I don't know. But I thought it was pretty cool because I hadn't seen their name in a long time. And I was like,
no,
this
it's
will be fun.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
seeing, like last night, I haven't seen Casket Lottery play in fucking. Oh, sorry. I haven't seen Casket Lottery play in at least like 15, 16
Maybe
years.
I'm mixing
and
it up and they're not on that tour at all. Maybe I don't
They
know
might
what
not
I'm
be,
talking
like-
about. I don't know.
I don't
That's
think
I had a
Outlet
long
Trio knows
night.
who they are. Like,
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Caskets from like the early, like if you said Grade was playing, then maybe
Oh
Casket Lottery
man,
would be
I
up
haven't
there,
heard
but
that name in a while. I
I
like
ran
the.
into
I
them
remember
in
that
a
one
mall
song.
in New Jersey, in Cherry Hill Mall.
You ran into him at a mall? Is that what
We
you just?
parked
Oh,
so I could run into like Gap and get like boxer briefs or whatever, and like pull up next to another van, and I get out of the van and Kyle Bishop from Grade and
yeah.
Akron.
He's swole, isn't he? Like a big swole dude, or
He's just very attractive.
yeah.
He's like model attractive. It's disgusting. Like he gets out and is like, "Hey James, oh my God, haven't seen you in so long." It's like, "Wow, hey Kyle, what's up?" Like, and Grade was doing their like reunion stuff,
That's crazy.
and they were coming from Philly, and we were heading to Philly. So
I got them on a compilation when I was a kid. This is all I remember. Is some
if you
compilation.
think about it, like for what became of music, like like bands like Thursday and stuff, and then go back to like Casket Lottery and like Grade, like way before. I mean, technically, like you could call that shit screamo.
Yeah, for sure. Grade
Like,
could definitely be.
Oh yeah, like and
yeah,
but that wasn't a genre yet.
yeah.
Like when they were doing it. So
That would have been. I don't know
like,
what it would have been
where
called.
Gated
back
kids
then.
get called like the grandfathers of emo or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
because we're all really old now.
Yeah.
Like you could say like Grade, like Casket Lottery, like like all of them are basically the grandfathers of screamo.
It is fun. It's funny putting the labels on different bands because I DJ an emo night here in town. And
What do you play? What's your
I play a little bit of everything. You know what happened is that
Do you
when
have a Spotify playlist?
I do. I totally do. I have a Spotify like DJ mixer thing. It's very goofy, but I play a lot of stuff that I really enjoy. But I also noticed that nobody likes a lot of the stuff that I really enjoy, and so
Because you're playing the music
so then I
that
had
you
to-
like.
yes, and
Not
that's when
the
I
people
first
that are coming
started,
to your
and
bar.
nobody would show up. Like, I mean, we'd get like 10 people, and they're like, "Dude, this is the best emo night. You're playing like these really good hits." That nobody likes.
No, see,
or they're old. The people that like them are too old to come out to a bar.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh no,
which is the issue.
Well, there were like 2 Brooklyn emo nights. There was the big one.
Yeah.
That sells out like 1,500 people every time.
Crazy.
But that's official Brooklyn emo night. There was one that they had at Robbie's bar called Lake Street in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
But it was done by like our friend Mike, who's like, just playing like,
What he wants to play.
It's all shit that we like.
Yeah,
It's,
for
he's
sure.
playing like Link and like all like
Yeah.
it's just stuff that we all like, and like to me that's more like an emo night than going to the Brooklyn one. And I love the Brooklyn ones.
They're
'cause,
all
I mean,
they're both fun, and I think
yeah,
they have
no,
their different like.
it's crazy. Like the 2 kids that do it, like Nathan and Alex, like they've had me there as a guest like a bunch of times. And,
Yeah.
It's a really fun time. A lot of the songs that I end up having to play, like they kind of put your playlist together for you, where it's like
Yeah,
I wouldn't be playing some of these, like
for sure. Well,
it's
you have to
like-
play the
like,
hits. That's the
I don't-
thing is you got
well, no,
4 hours, and
it's-
there's so much music,
Well, you
and you
play-
have to play.
Yeah, you've gotta play-
certain songs.
It used to be just the brand new festival, but
I
now
don't
that's-
play brand new.
Well, not
at
now.
ours.
Now nobody plays brand new.
Oh, that's good.
But-
I'm glad that took like that.
Oh yeah, no,
You know.
that impacted everything. But like, so now it's like you play. There's like 4 Taking Back Sunday songs you have to play. There's
Yeah.
4 My Chemical Romance songs you have to play.
At least
New
4.
Found Glory has 2. Yellow Card.
I think My Chemical has more
Well, no, you could make My Chem a lot more, but you play the ones that everybody knows the words to.
for sure.
But like people fucking stage dive and shit.
It's
and,
crazy.
the weird
You gotta
thing
play
is,
Under Oath.
is
You gotta play like.
They'll play one Under Oath song, but
I was
Under Oath's
thinking
almost
2,
too
but yeah.
new.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, I
It's
guess
gotta
I guess
be,
every
like-
city's different, so you have to read your crowd.
Yeah,
'Cause
they'll
we get like
do-
requests all the time.
It's like
for Under Oath.
2003 to 2006 emo will be like the beginning
Yeah.
of the night, and then they'll kind of move like a little bit later after that.
Yeah,
But that's what it's like, technically, Get Kids get called second wave emo. I don't know if you've heard that thing.
I haven't heard that.
So, like Sunday Real Estate is first wave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get
I
Up
guess.
Kids, like Sunday
Yeah.
Real Estate, Jawbreaker, they're considered first wave. Get Up Kids, Promise Ring, we're second wave, like Jimmy Eat World, and then there's third wave, which no idea, early November or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
and then there's fourth wave, which is My Kim, Fall Out Boy, all that.
I
And
think
fourth wave is the one that
feels like you have a band in every wave, though.
I do.
Like Reggie would be the third, right?
Reggie would be in third wave.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I do have a band in every wave.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Hey,
That's awesome.
I'm James Dewees.
I think it's my favorite thing. Well, it's not my favorite thing, but whenever I do an ad for it, we'll put it up online, and we're like, emo night coming up. There's always one guy who's like my age who is angry, and he posts. He goes, like our pictures will be like pictures of like My Chemical Romance and Take Back Sunday, just the bands we're playing,
You just
and then
take,
it's always like,
do that Instagram
oh,
filter
that's not real emo.
and make it like My Chemical Romance, and then like try to Photoshop a picture of James in it at the very end, like eating chicken or something. No, people do that all the time.
It's so funny. They just get angry. They're like, "That's not real emo.
Well,
why are you calling yourself an emo night? Call yourself a screamo night or whatever."
When there were
everyone's
2
angry
emo
about.
nights in Brooklyn, I did the first of the like not the main one that does well. I did the one that they were trying to compete with the good one, and I did it with Buddy from Senses Fail and Anthony from Bayside.
That's awesome. I
But,
DJ'd with Anthony from
I
Bayside
didn't
once.
know like what I was supposed to do. It's my first time doing it, so like I immediately walk out and start playing old Hot Water music, like Boys
Yeah,
Sets
yeah.
Fire.
And they were hating it.
Oh god, the girl wearing My Chemical Romance shirt's like flipping me off. And I was like, are you
Not
kidding
having
me?
any idea you were in the band. That's the
Oh, I think she
beautiful-
knew. She's like, fucking
she's like,
eat dicks. Like, what is this fucking garbage?
that's
Like,
so funny.
oh my god! And then like Buddy steps up and immediately plays like fucking
Starting line and
No,
it
he plays, like,
blows up.
beating her baby.
Yeah.
And,
I
like,
love
it's
that
like,
song though.
No, that song's rad,
It's so
but it's
good.
still it's like
That's
you
the
guys
only.
never even saw this band fucking live.
Yeah.
Like, so what the fuck? Like, why do you like this song so much? But they just like it because they hear it at emo night.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
it
good
is
for Daryl.
funny.
It's awesome.
It is hilarious that you'll play when we play. We still try to play stuff that we really like, but we'll do like 4 songs that everyone will go crazy for, like singing and like
Yeah.
jumping on each other's backs and just like they lose their fucking mind, like the band's playing it. It's crazy. And then
It's best because like Fred, who used to be in Take It Back Sunday,
yeah,
like he's on like the 2 records that were massive for them.
Yeah.
He'll come and do it, and like like the I've got a bad feeling about this
Yeah.
part. Like that's Fred.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, but like, and he's in the videos for that
Yeah.
shit. But like, he'll come up and like, oh, it's Fred from Take It Back Sunday, but he's not in the band now. And
That's
people are
funny.
like, huh? I'm like, yo, Fred, join the fucking club, man. Like, you're talking to the most unknown keyboard player My Chemical Romance you ever fucking have. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
That's funny.
but yeah, he was like, I don't get it, man. Like, yo, he's like,
They don't know
it's like,
any
that's
better.
me fucking singing, and like people are just like bummed out that I'm here.
Oh, that's sad.
No, I mean it's
It
not
doesn't-
sad. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious, but also I feel bad about it.
But it speaks about like the generation of like for us, being older, like what the music meant to us was a lot more than like we didn't go to malls to get our fucking music. Like we went to
Yeah.
shows. Like
Yeah.
that was like the people that went to go see shows back in the day, like the all ages ones that were either done in basements or VFWs or whatever. Like everybody that would go to those shows, like when a band would come through and you were in that network with people, like that's your team.
Yeah.
Like you knew exactly who you were gonna see. Like there wasn't violence. Like nobody was getting out of control. Like you went there because, like this is what you're into. Like this is the music that you're into.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome. And then now it's like, well, you've got to go to Hot Topic to get the exclusive. Blah blah blah. And the other way, it's like, oh no, you need to go to this hardcore festival in Queens and buy it from Rick to Life. Like if you want to get the cassette tape of 108's like new release, you need to go like
Yeah.
Rick from 25 to Life is going to have it at this fest, and VOD is going to headline, and it's going to be in a gymnasium in Queens. Like that shit was amazing because it was just put together by people that just wanted to like do shows. And that's something that, I mean, it's starting to come around again. Like I went to this barbecue a week ago. Like I'm 42 and like,
Which is your new album?
41.
41 was. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Jake like delayed putting it out, and I turned 42 when it came out. But whatever. He probably did it just to be a dick to me. But so I'm there like, and I'm talking to like, and it's all kids from like local bands in Buffalo, and they're all like in their like early mid 20s,
Yeah.
and we're just talking about like the scene stuff, and they're like, like we can't get shows at all these clubs, so we're just doing these like all ages basement shows and shit. And I was like, yo,
Miss
like,
the basement
the
shows
fucking-
were my favorite
no,
thing in
it's
the
like,
world,
that's
man.
the shit. Like, dude, like, play every basement show. It's like that's like these are the things that you will like. This is the best like experience you could ever get is doing all of these shows, like playing basements, playing VFWs, playing every all ages show, like playing for freaking $10, playing for $50, like whatever, like just playing as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's like because the people that are coming to see you in these basements, like will support you for the rest of their lives.
For sure.
Like the Get Up Kid fans are like that, where people that are
I remember
my age, like they were like, oh, I saw you at a VFW hall in 1997,
Damn.
and it was a flood relief show, and like Newfound Glory opened the show. It's like, wow, you remember that show? It's like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
no, I've got 3 kids. I got a babysitter tonight, and I'm ready to party. But those people have been fans for over 20 years.
Yeah. No. That's
like,
how it works.
That's like getting into Jimmy Buffett territory.
One of my favorite bands that nobody will know, but they're from Buffalo, New York. Is I saw in a bowling alley, and there was a band called League. I don't think there's no way they still exist in Buffalo. But if anyone from Buffalo is listening, they had to split with a band called Kathleen in Flight, which is another band that probably nobody knows. But I just remember listening to them, and I played in a band. I played a show with them, and I was like, you want to trade demo tapes? And we did, and I felt embarrassed because theirs was so good, and mine was so shitty. And but I was just happy that they traded demo tapes with me.
So like, somebody posted the flyer from Coalesce's first show with Dylan Your Escape Plan at like Stalag in Philly,
Yeah.
and it was like, I mean, looking at that, where it's like we walked in, like there's all this hype around this band Dylan Your Escape Plan, like they're the new band on Relapse, and they're playing right before Coalesce, and they set up and like went into their first song, which was the Mullet Burden off their first EP. And as soon as it kicked in, like, and then the song just starts going, it was like, God damn it. Like, fuck, this band is good. Like, shit. Like, my drums don't even have heads on the bottom of it. Like, shit. Like, this band's fucking rad. But that's the way that shit was, though. I'm trying to find the other one. All right, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, this is really funny to me because James just pulled out a Topps Bonus Plus card. And I haven't seen a Topps in years, which is a grocery store in the Northeast.
North. Wegmans?
I know Wegmans, which is great. Topps is like the shittier Wegmans where they had this. They used to have
It's
this.
not the shittier Wegmans.
It is.
No,
they had
it's
this.
not.
Their song was Topps never stops saving
Oh my
you
God,
more. But as a kid,
you were gonna say
it was
Topps-
Topps never mops. Look at their floors. That was the
God.
thing as a kid you would
No, but,
say.
like,
I don't know.
No, okay. So I live downtown in Buffalo. There's a Topps on Niagara. Oh, sorry. There's a Topps on Niagara. I live downtown in Buffalo on Main Street. If you're ever in Buffalo and you're on Main Street, if you hang out long enough, you'll see me walk my dog. But so there's the Wegmans is like 20 minutes away. There's a Topps on Niagara that's like 2 minutes away.
Yeah,
So I've been going to Topps.
you got to go to Topps.
When it was like, I need paper towels, toilet paper. Like, I'm going to Topps. I'm not gonna drive 20 minutes. Like,
Don't ever go to Wegmans.
it's the same
Wegmans is
goddamn
great,
Shit.
but
Well, no, Wegmans. The first time I went, because I've lived on Long Island for such a long time, and like Stop and Shop, give me a break. Like,
Stop and Shop.
it was like built in 1960. They just never bothered to update anything. It was like,
That's
look,
funny.
it's fine.
We just got our.
People are coming to get food. It's fine. Just put it on the shelf. It's fine. It's like, yeah, Steven, it's a little dingy. It's fine.
Houston just got Aldi's.
Oh wow, that creepy place.
Just got here. Like brand new Aldi's, which is just funny to be like, there's a brand new Aldi.
There's a bunch of like dirty kids. Like,
And you have to buy your own grocery bags.
Oh no, but
Like,
it's like.
but you can get prosciutto for $3. That's crazy. That's like an $8
It's not even
treat.
spelled right though. Like we're like, oh, can I get? Where do you guys have the bruschetta?
It's
Where's the
BRU
bruschetta? Like,
SHOOT.
it's right next to the jalapenos. Like, it's over there by the Italian sausages.
Oh man, you just buy like a rack of canned beans, like the entire,
God.
like all. It's just very weird.
It's like beans that you didn't even know existed. Where it's like, wait, I know what cannelloni beans, but what are cannelloni beans? Like, how the fuck they just added like 6 more letters to it? Like, and they kind of look like cannelloni beans, but I mean, what's the difference? Yesterday, like, wait, what's the difference between the cannelloni beans and the cannelloni beans? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, hold on, like. Denise, what's the difference between the cannelloni beans and the cannelloni? Like shit, it's just fucking dumb.
It's a very goofy place. You should go check it out. I don't know.
What?
Hey, I just realized
Tops?
no. Tops is just a normal grocery store. It's normal, right?
No, it is.
It's like Kroger. It's the same.
Okay, one thing
Or
that
Food
Tops,
Lion.
one thing working against Tops is they do have like the shittiest bakery. I mean, there's like 4 cakes.
And
Like that's like in a day, like the guy that comes in to bake the cakes and stuff.
and they
like,
keep their glazed donuts for 8 years. They just sit there
You know
until
what's
someone
weird?
buys
Okay,
them.
honestly, it's not 8 years, but it is like
It's a long time.
it's an over amount of days where you're like when you
This
see
wasn't
the-
a glazed
when
donut. It is
you-
now.
Well, like when you're looking at the date and it's like, wait, it's okay. This says June 6th. It's like, wait, now I have to look at my phone and figure out. Wait, I think it's June 8th. Like this is June 6th. Like they wouldn't put 2-day-old donuts out. Like
Best to eat by June. You can eat it after. That's the.
well, no, okay, hold on. When
That's-
the thing with like old donuts, like old bagels, like what you're supposed to do is put it in the microwave for like 5 seconds, and then it's like brand new, like no big deal. Like, it never happened. Like it never got old.
I'm not a donut guy. I don't like sweets. I'm a savory man.
I'm trying to cut all that shit out. Like you know, it's like a
The sweets or the
skip.
savories?
Anything that's gonna make
Just
me fat
food.
again.
Food.
Anything that makes me fat.
I just lost 40 pounds. I've been
I'm
I've
on
been
the boat with you,
slimming
like,
down.
yeah.
You got to do it.
Yo,
What have you been doing? The keto diet?
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, I'm gonna open your
I've been
eyes to
doing,
this after this. It's
Intamins,
killer.
Weed.
Weed's good.
Intamins, weed, working out.
What was the
running.
first thing you said?
Intamins.
What is that?
Donuts. You don't know what Intamins is?
No.
Yeah, because you're from Rochester. Like
No.
Intamins, like okay, so the Intamins factory is on Long Island. Like the Intamins castle
All
is
right.
on Long Island. This fucking company, holy shit! Like in Liberty, Missouri, where I grew up, at the grocery store, they have like 2 boxes, like 2 varieties of Intamins. Moved to Long Island, where the fucking castle
Every
is.
Intamin ever.
There's like fucking a whole aisle of just Intamin shit. They make everything, and it's all delicious. But I have to cut that shit out. But no, like so I was a 38. Like, you know, from like first divorce to second marriage to second divorce, like I went from a 32 to a 38, and it's taken 2.5 years, and now I'm back down to a 32.
There you go. Congratulations. That's awesome, man.
It's wild.
That's great. You look good.
Ordering 32s again was like,
Isn't it weird? You get I feel like I get nervous when I order shirts that will fit me now. Like, yeah, but how long was it gonna be that way?
oh, wait, okay, wait. All right, hold
Like-
on. You didn't hear that?
I got. It stresses me out ordering clothes, but
Okay, so these
Oh.
are from Coalesce. Like,
yeah,
you know that store Coalesce?
yeah,
Coalesce Cash?
yeah.
So I ordered these shirts. Like when I made it back from like extra large shirts and got back into like medium size, like I was a fucking banner day. I was just wow. I was gonna buy every medium shirt ever in the world. Like, and went to Kohl's and like found these shirts, and I mean I just like the way they fit, whatever. And then they discontinued it, but on the website you can still order them. So because I'm on tour all the time, I ordered like 20.
Yeah.
Now, my apartment building in Buffalo is like this hipster garbage thing where they put in like this European washer dryer combo unit that runs on steam.
What? Is that real?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the lamest thing ever.
Yeah.
It shrinks everything. Even if you
Oh,
wash it on
no.
cold,
I
like,
can't
you
handle
can wash
it.
it on like cold. You can even do tap water cold as a setting, but it still shrinks everything because it steam dries.
Yeah.
The thing, like you do a load of laundry, like if you have a washer and dryer, you know, washing clothes like 30 minutes, drying clothes like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You do it in this hipster European bullshit. It's in my apartment building. 4.5 hours, 30 minutes to wash, 3.5 to fucking 4 hours to dry.
That's crazy.
And then you pull it out and it's like
tiny.
now it's like baby clothes.
I can't handle it. You know what
Oh wait, I need to text him the address here.
I just got turned on to the long T-shirts. Like it's like it's in style now. I think it's great. Like they just sell these oversized T-shirts everywhere, where they go down like past your pockets, and that's my favorite thing. I just wear that all the time because I don't care if they get shrunk anymore. They're great. Have you not messed with them yet?
I have not messed with him.
Dude, you
What's
gotta
the address
turn
here?
2101 Polk Street.
21 what?
2101 Polk Street.
01 Polk.
Yeah.
Polk like P-O-L-K.
P-O-L-K.
James K. Polk?
Yeah.
President?
Was he a president? I don't know him.
Well, you wouldn't know him. He died a long time ago.
Yeah.
2101 Polk Street.
Do you know all the presidents? Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, fucking who does?
Oh, I thought. Well,
The
you knew
presidents
Polk.
don't
That's
even,
not
no,
a
the
president.
presidents don't even know all the
Yeah,
presidents.
that's crazy. Not the one now for sure.
James K. Polk. Yeah, James K. Polk's the president.
Yeah, I don't know. I could.
No,
Someone
do
could
you know-
say that,
okay,
and
I
I
do
would.
know
I can
this, though.
agree or
Most
disagree.
presi-
It would. I
the,
feel like
the
it's
most
equal.
common name of presidents is James.
Really,
There's more Jameses than anybody else.
maybe James for president.
God, you
I can't imagine.
I didn't go like the first time I got in front of you, like, all right, look, before this shit gets leaked out, I've done a bunch of fucked up shit. Yeah, okay.
Here's a list.
Like, I did drugs, okay? Like,
I'm doing it
I've done
now.
all kinds of wild shit. So just relax. But that's what I call this now is presidential experience.
This is my real voice.
Yeah, this is it's scratchy, but whatever. I've got that sultry Bonnie Raitt voice. Let's give them something to vote about.
All right, here. This is the longest intro we've ever done because we
haven't even talked about.
We haven't even gone into what the podcast is about, which is great. This is fun. We're having fun.
okay.
I think it's a good time.
Jim wants to know. Okay, for those of you listening, the World Cup has started yesterday, and today Portugal is playing Spain. Get Up Kids are on tour. Rodrigo from Saves the Day is playing bass for Get Up Kids right now because Rob's on tour with Spoon. Jim and Rodrigo want to watch the Portugal-Spain game. It
So they're
starts at
coming here.
1. Yeah, Andrew's kind enough to let us hang out at his bar and watch the game. Jim wanted to know if we could order food to the bar.
Yes. No
Okay.
one's gonna stop you.
All right, cool. All right, I'm just waiting for him back.
There's also
All right.
a couple restaurants a block
Wait,
away.
can you pause that real quick?
Yeah. Hold on.
Andrew's in the house and he wants to get your party story back to us.
Hey, we're back. We're back with James Dewees, guys. This is we have talked so long and we haven't even gotten into the podcast and what it's about. So let's start where you grew up, and what was partying like where you grew up, like your first intro into
Well, no, okay, so I grew up in a town called Liberty, Missouri, which is like 20 miles north of Kansas City. And there wasn't partying.
Yeah, nothing.
No, I mean when I got into like high school, like there was like weed.
Yeah,
And people drank, but like that was kind of it. Like
they never had like a field party. I talked
No,
about
we had
field,
field
parties.
parties,
Yeah,
like,
that's what
yeah,
I'm.
of course.
Yeah,
we had like this girl Lindy that was in my gym class, who became a stripper senior year of high school, and
Classic
she
Lindy
did
story.
a strip routine in front of a hay bale to a bunch of rednecks going, dun 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 dun.
they were singing it.
Oh, they were. I wouldn't
The
even call that
music
singing.
wasn't playing though.
No, they were just.
They were just.
And she was like fucking doing her whole routine. And it was like,
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
my friend,
and so weird.
this sophomore. that was oh yeah, they did the whole thing. It was and like she was doing it to like headlights of like a Camaro.
That's hilarious.
Very Midwest, but no, like I mean, I grew up in a town where you didn't have to lock your doors, like all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew everybody. Like my mom was a teacher, so she knew all the other teachers. Like if I did anything and fucked up at school,
Yeah,
my mom knew about it.
Yeah, I
My
imagine.
dad is a Methodist minister.
Oh
so,
wow!
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect any of that.
Well, no, that's why, like, when I got out, it's one of those places, like, Kansas City is kind of like that, too. It's like, there's so many great bands from Kansas City. Like there's this whole style of music that started there called noisecore. And, like, these bands, like my favorite band, like, one of them still to this day is a band called Molly McGuire and a band called Season to Risk. And they're Kansas City bands. They're the bands that I would go, like, find someone that was 16 to drive me into the city to watch these bands play at like a coffee shop or whatever. Like, fucking loved them.
Yeah.
And then when I started going into the city, like playing in Coalesce and doing Get Up Kids, like got to meet these people that were in those bands where I was like, this is me going to that when I was 15 and 16. Like, these are the bands that made me want to be in bands. And like got to know them all. And like, it was just a moment in life where I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like, I'm meeting the people. Like, I'm meeting the people that influence me.
Isn't that
and
weird?
They are cool as shit. Like, and they are like, we're talking to each other like peers. Like, they're not talking to me like, oh, some stupid kid from a fucking band, whatever. Like, yeah, you have a band? Okay, cool. Like, we just talked music and still friends to this day. Like, still keep in touch. But then after living in Kansas City, like, you kind of realize that like the scene there is only. I mean, for a time, like there was a time where the only bands touring out of Kansas City were Coalesce and Get Up Kids, and Reggie, which were
Yeah.
all my bands.
Yeah.
And like we knew that like sticking around the Midwest and only like being in Kansas City, like you can only do so much. It's the Midwest. Like
Yeah.
Chicago's 8 hours from Kansas City, St. Louis is 4, Denver's 8 the other way. Like, but that's kind of it. And just decided like I needed to be somewhere where there was a larger area. So then moved to New York, and like moved to Long Island when like Taking Back Sunday is blowing up, Glassjaw is blowing up, like all the Long Island bands.
Brand new
like,
was going on. All of
yeah,
it was.
from Autumn to Ashes, like
Yeah.
everybody's exploding. Like it's just insane. Like every band from Long Island, and the thing is like every band from Long Island has at least ancestrally had all the same members from other bands. Like
Yeah.
at one point or another. Like Adam, the singer of Taking Back Sunday, wasn't the original singer. He was the bass player.
Crazy.
Like it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's like being around for all of that, and like all of a sudden now here's this amazing scene, and like that was the Long Island scene. Like then you go to Jersey where like that scene's happening, and that's like Mike Kim starting, Midtown, like all of that, and like they're doing like Lifetime, like
Yeah.
all that, like that's going on in Jersey, and it was like with so much good stuff coming out, like it was only a matter of time before something broke, and then that ended up being Mike Kim, and like all of a sudden Mike Kim's this gigantic band,
Huge.
like platinum records are like as big as Green Day for a little while. Like what the fuck is happening? Like these are like these dorky kids from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
They put on. Honestly, I remember seeing them. You know what? I saw them when you opened up for them for the first time. I actually wasn't a fan, and it's literally I think it was I was stupid, and it was one of those things like, yeah, they're so popular, I'm not even gonna listen to them. Ugh, I just assumed everyone who liked them was stupid. But you opened. It was you, and then Alkaline Trio, and then My Chemical Romance, and like you were like an arena tour almost. It was really big.
It was right before arenas.
It was it was really big though. Whatever it was.
It was like
I remember I had seats, whatever that was.
It was weird, like sort of like
3,000 cat
like
places,
not
probably.
professional stadiums.
Yeah, they were super weird. It was super weird. I saw it in Dallas. I don't even remember where, but I went and see you in Alkaline Trio, and then I was like, let's just stick around and watch this for a minute, and then we'll leave. And then I watched them live for like 2 to 3 songs, and I was like, this is great, and we should stay the whole time.
It was crazy.
It was such a, and then I was like, I was hooked.
For
I
people
loved
that
them.
saw Mike Kim like back on like the Bullets record, like those tours, like when Gerard wouldn't take off a leather jacket and shit, like had duct tape holding together, and that's actually my duct tape. But like, like the songs are kind of like, it's kind of like if you listen to the first Get Up Kids, like 4 Minute Mile, or like some of the songs, like wow, there's a lot of parts in this song, like crap, like it never goes back to the chorus again, whatever. And it's like figuring it out, like figuring out how to be a band, and then you move to their second record, which was 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, and all of a sudden it's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Every song's got a fucking hooky ass chorus. You motherfuckers.
That
like,
album was
shit.
great. It was very good.
Well, even like look at like Alkaline Trio's record that was on Vagrant. What was it, From Here to Infirmary or?
Good Morning.
Yeah, was it Good Morning?
Good
Like,
Morning. That was the first time I ever saw
like,
you.
The way it starts out, like the first like fucking 5 songs are all like fucking singles.
Yeah.
And it was like, God damn it,
that
Skiba.
album was
like,
fucking
you son of a bitch,
killer.
Skiba. Like,
Every single song was great. That was I was telling you earlier, I don't think we finished the story, but I had never seen Reggie before, and had no idea. I don't know why. It just never came across my radar, which is very strange. But I went and saw Alkaline Trio here in Houston, and the openers were No Motive, From Autumn to Ashes, and you.
Yeah.
And
that was the Bigger in America tour.
Yeah, and then I quit my job that day, and I followed you guys for like 4 days. I was young. I was like 18.
When you can still follow bands.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to go watch this tour for 4 days.
Being, like, what great. I do is like I could stop for 4 days and go follow a band. Like I got no responsibility.
Yeah, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I can just follow a band for 4 days.
Every once in a while I'll do that. I think one of the last times you were in town, I was like, you're like, you should come to Austin. I go, okay. And I just went to Austin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember saying that.
We had a party night.
Fuck yeah.
It was a little rough.
You bought pizza.
Did we buy pizza?
No, you bought pizza. You
Street
bought
pizza.
You bought a fucking gigantic
Nice.
fucking pizza and brought it back to the room.
Nice. Those were the old non-diet days where I could do stuff like that.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was like, wow, here's your product, this gigantic pizza.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Great.
And then we just
remember that we took all the pictures with the fucking
with the jackrabbit thing. They show up on my time hot once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, once a year. That's when they show up. I don't know. Let's take a break real quick. We'll listen to our sponsors, word from our sponsors, or whatever you say. We'll come back, and then we will ask questions that we always ask. And we're back, guys, with James Dewees. I feel like we're day partying a little much right now. It's too early for my drinking.
It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's 1 o'clock somewhere.
I'm having Miller Lite.
There you go.
It says a fine Pilsner beer.
One of our sponsors. That's not true. But wouldn't it be great?
That'd be amazing.
It would.
I
wish.
tag fucking Starburst and Krispy Kreme in all my Instagram posts, just hoping that one day.
Yeah, one day one of them will be like,
"Hello,
hey.
James. My name's Joseph Cream.
PBR once gave me some shoes.
Krispy Kreme wants to endorse you. Here's $1 million. Just keep talking about our donuts."
I once got PBR to give me a pair of Vans. They were Vans PBRs. They were pretty cool.
Oh, no, they're right.
Yeah. I don't know where they are anymore. But all right. So we always ask 2 questions on this show.
Okay.
It's your choice. Do you want we asked what's the best party? What's the worst party?
I told you outside. It's the same party.
It's the same party.
Yeah.
Oh, even better. So let's. How do you want to tackle it? You want to go worst or you want to go best? Well, let's talk about why it was the worst.
You'll know where it comes in.
All right, let's figure it out.
So Reggie the Full Effect was playing at the Trocadero in Philly, and I was doing stuff for this magazine called Chord in Philly, and interviewing people, and so some of the other people that worked for Chord were Schoolie D, the rapper.
Okay, yeah.
And he did Teen Hunger Force theme, and he's got sex. Schoolie's got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So the editor of the magazine, this dude named Matt, was like, "Yo, I'm bringing Schoolie to this show." I'm like, okay. He's like, "No, I'm serious." I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll put you guys on the guest list. It's fine." So we're backstage, haven't played yet, and editor Matt comes in and he's like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Ready for what?" And he's like, "You want to meet Schoolie?" I was like, "What if he's here? Was he on the hallway? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So Schoolie D walks in and he's wearing this vest that's only rattlesnakes. But not but more it looks like it's a rib cage, but it's just all snakes.
I like to think it's all rattles.
And then cowboy boots with spurs and these stonewashed jeans and a cowboy hat, and walks into our dressing room and he's like, "Oh, yo, Reggie, blah, blah, blah." And we're just talking and rapping and then hanging out. And he's like, "Yo, let me borrow your cell phone." I'm like, "All right, yeah, sure."
That's
cool.
weird.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gave him my cell phone. This is when flip phones were still there.
Yeah.
So he's got my cell phone. Before we go on stage, he's like, "Yo, Reggie, can you loan me $100?"
What?
I was like, I mean, I guess sure. It's you're friends with Matt, whatever. Sure, fine. So give him $100. We play the show, come backstage. He's gone.
He stole $100.
No. So then we have to go to the Electric Factory, to the club outside Electric Factory. Schoolie D and Reggie are DJing the after party for the show. So Schoolie D's there, and I'm setting up all the DJ gear. Schoolie's bored, so Schoolie pulls out, he just starts digging under the stage of this place. He pulls out this, half drum set with no, kick pedal, no cymbals or anything. Just pulls it out, and it's just kind of running around this fucking bar. There's no one at this after party. It's me DJing, Schoolie D setting up a drum kit. He finds drumsticks somehow, and he's just kicking the bass drum with his foot and then hitting a snare drum with the drumsticks. And he was like, "Yo, Reggie, give me a beat. Give me something I can play with." So I just started I started looping Back in Black.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I said give me something I can play with." He's freaking out. He's all pissed off. Gets up, leaves. Just walks out the door. Schoolie's gone.
With your $100.
And my phone.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Before I can even say anything to him about so end up I find one of my friends that's there, and I was like, "Yo, we gotta get in touch with Matt. We gotta get in touch with Schoolie. He's got my phone." I gave him $100. He's like, "You gave Schoolie your phone and $100? What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's like, I didn't know. I thought he was like tight with everybody. I was like, nobody knows that, fool. Like, whatever. He's got money. He drives a Jaguar X12. Like,
Yeah.
like, don't loan Schoolie money. He's like, well, no one told me.
Yeah.
But so end up like going out afterwards, go to a couple bars, and then go to this party at a apartment, which turns out it's the apartment of this dude Jason, who's actually a big promoter in Atlantic City, who did Reggie at Beer Fest. Like he does like the Beer Fest stuff. Like it was Jason's apartment.
Yeah.
Because when flash forward to Reggie doing Beer Fest, I walk in and like get all the like credentials and shit from Jason, and he's like, I don't know if you remember me, man. Like, you look really familiar. He's like, you made a long distance call from my apartment in like 2004 to a number from Kansas City. He's like,
you owe me $7.50.
so here's why I made a long distance call from his apartment. So we're at this house party, just hanging out, and all of a sudden, Schoolie D walks in with this dude in like a trench coat, and I was like, holy shit, fucking Schoolie, you've got my phone. He's like, I got your phone, man. And it's like, you've got my phone. He's like, I don't got your phone. And so I went on Jason's fucking house phone and made a long distance call to my cell phone because it was Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it starts ringing in his pocket. And he was like, oh, I did have your phone, man. Sorry. Like, gives it back to me.
That's hilarious.
And then I was like, yo, you got that $100? He's like, nah, man, I don't. I was like, when do you think you'll give me that $100 back? And he's like, well, let's see. It's like, when do you think you'll be back in Philly? And I was like, I don't know, like a month, 2 months. He's like, all right, we'll talk about it then.
Oh, no.
So I go back to the bus, which is outside of Trocadero. I've got a 6 a.m. bus call. And I'm there on time. Like, I'm there at like 5:45. And I get there, the bus is gone.
Oh, no.
The bus left me in Philly.
They left you.
Yeah.
And you were touring with Reggie.
Yeah. The bus.
How do they leave you?
The bus is like all the way like halfway through New Jersey already.
I don't feel like they
The
should be allowed to
driver got
leave
back
you.
and thought that everyone was there. I'm calling our tour manager. He's asleep. He answers the phone and he's like, James, god damn it, what the fuck? I told you, man, you've got to be on fucking time. This is just the shit that fucking happens. It's like, Joey, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. Like, look at your goddamn fucking phone. Like, look at your watch. It's like 5:50.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're right. Well, what the fuck, man? Like, why are we fucking moving? And so
That's
then
funny.
he like runs up and yells at the bus driver and then comes back to the phone and is like, all right, we're turning around. We'll be there in like 45 minutes. So I'm just sitting out in front of the Trocadero like,
It's 5 in the morning.
oh, no.
6
like,
in the morning.
Like, it's like 6.
Sun's
between
coming
6,
up.
6 and 6:30. Like, no, the sun's up.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like partied out.
Yeah.
Like the cops are walking by, like looking at me, or I'm just like this vagabond, like sleeping on the street. We're like, wait, no, like, I make money. I got left by a butt. You guys don't care, whatever. So that was
funny.
best and worst
Yeah.
at the same time. Like,
Yeah. That's a hell of a story. I like it. Let's. I think that's good. I think we've
well,
at
no, as
least
soon as
talked.
they get here and we get them situated at the bar, we'll
Yeah.
come back and
We'll finish it
we'll
out.
wrap a little bit more.
Yeah, cool. We'll be back. Listen to our sponsors or whatever. And we're back,
You
guys.
gotta get a laptop, so you just bring this with you.
I
so
do
can
need to
continue to keep
just
telling
keep
you
it
about
going.
all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, I have a laptop.
We haven't even gotten into like the Pizza Hut stories.
This is the big stuff. Let's hear the pizza. What's the Pizza Hut story?
Well, I mean, where does it start or end? Like, there's thousands.
Is it good? You like Pizza Hut?
Well, no, I was employee of the month.
Oh, you
7 months in
worked.
a row. Like, no, I worked there. That was like my
That was
favorite
pre
job.
Get Up Kids.
That was worked at Pizza Hut.
No, that was in between Get Up Kids. And
No, that was Coalesce days and Get Up Kid days because I would have
oh,
to-
while you were in Get Up Kids, you worked at Pizza
yeah,
Hut.
I have to bring like pizza back to our. We all lived in the same house,
I used to work at
and
a.
so I would bring Rolling Rock because I was the only one that was 21.
I loved Rolling Rock
I
back
did
in the
Rolling
day.
Rock and then like 2 fucked up pizzas I'd bring back to the
Uh.
fucking house, and then that was what we lived on for
Forever.
for writing something at home about. That was what we lived on.
That's fun. When I was younger, I worked at a place called Village Seafood and Pizza, which is by itself
Wow.
hilarious.
Village Seafood and Pizza.
Seafood and pizza. And I would have my roommate call in fake orders so I could take them home at the end of the
We did no. Okay, so I worked at this other pizza place called Godfather's Pizza
Yeah.
in Liberty, and they had a payphone out in like the fucking like like the table part, like the I guess what lobby or whatever.
Yeah.
And
The
so
one
we would
table.
Oh no! Like Godfather's actually had like a sit down restaurant.
Okay.
And like one of the drivers would always go out and like call in and order from the payphone, because it was before like call waiting and all that shit. So just call in an order and be like, "Oh, my name is Justin. Blah blah. I want to get a large thin crust taco pizza and a large like original crust like deluxe, because they don't call it supreme at Godfather's. It's called deluxe.
Yeah.
And then Paul would go back out in the hallway like 10 minutes later after we started making it and call in and cancel it. As soon as it went in the oven, Paul would go call and cancel it. And like our manager, Dave, the guy that owned it, would be like, "Well, that stinks."
That's so
It's like,
that's also really polite that they would call and cancel it, because my roommate.
no, well, we
would
called
just
and
not,
canceled it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just so we would know, like, as soon as the taco came out of the oven and the deluxe came out of the oven, it was ours.
Yeah.
But that's why we called it as a fake. Like,
Yeah. We would just let it sit there and be like, I guess they're not coming. I'll take it home. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do. I don't know. Funny. Yeah.
But no, but like, okay, so Pizza Hut, like, I was 19 and I was the only person old enough to open and close Pizza Hut. But I was,
It's just funny, like you have an
no,
age,
like I'd have to be there. Like, when I was 19, I had 3 jobs. I worked the mornings at a sub sandwich delivery place, and then afternoons I worked at a skateboard shop, and then evenings through night I worked at Pizza Hut.
That's crazy. That's a lot of work.
I'm kind of hyperactive anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still kind of that way.
Ah.
And I just needed more things to do all day. But like Pizza Hut deliveries were like, God, there was one. I mean, fuck. It's so like there was one where this one address would come up, and like at Pizza Hut, it's all done on computers and shit. So, and like people that don't know this, when you call and order pizza from Pizza, Papa John's, any of them, like your number is already, if you've ordered it before, your number's already in the computer.
The system.
And if you didn't tip, it's written on there.
What?
Like any detail of like
Wow.
is written on that ticket.
I didn't know that.
Like it's already in
I
your profile.
tip, so I'm not worried, but
But so there's this one address that comes up, and it's the naked lady. It's always like, I mean, it's like a seasoned veteran driver. Like I know naked lady's address, and like it comes up, and like it's a rotation, so you never who's gonna get all that. But like anytime like those of us that are like the older drivers would get it, we'd sell it to the younger drivers for like $20. like yo,
that's hilarious.
See what I got? And people were like, fuck, you got a naked lady? Shit. But like times I would take it, like, I'd been there, I was at Pizza Hut all the time. So like basically this naked girl would answer the door, and her husband was like behind the door with a fucking little video camera, like taping it to see like, oh, he's gonna freak out, naked lady. And then all their fucking friends were sitting like in the room on the side, giggling and laughing and shit to see like, what's the pizza guy gonna do? And like about like my 3rd time going there, the guy was like, oh, it's fucking James. And like she like immediately grabs like a robe and puts it on. He comes out from behind the door, and like all their friends are like, hey James, what's up? Like oh, like he's like, oh hey guys, like sorry I didn't mess up your like video thing that you're gonna do.
I didn't realize. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah, no, they always tape it and shit.
That's weird.
There was
but
one,
also hilarious.
Where I went on a delivery, and I would always deliver to this lady, and oh wow, this is actually a really interesting story. So this ties into Reggie in the Full Effect.
All right.
So there was this woman that lived like off the college campus in Liberty, Missouri, and like she would always order 2 Super Supremes, which all Super Supremes at Pizza Hut means they put black olives on the Supreme. That's it. And so she would get 2 Super Supremes and like 2 liters of Diet Pepsi. And she'd order every Thursday, and
Pizza night.
that was her pizza night.
Yeah.
And I was always the one that took her pizza. So after like 3 or 4 times, she starts requesting meat. She's like, "Oh, I want James to bring it." And I start bringing her, pizza.
Should
like,
I
"Oh, hey, you requested me."
Crush.
She would like, this is when you can still write checks for shit.
Uh-huh.
And like, she would write my name in cursive, and then at the end of the S, like, do a heart, but go over it so many times it was like cutting through the check, but still not tip me.
Yeah. Oh.
But she would come to the door in like a maroon nightie.
Oh. Pizza night.
No, well, yeah, pizza night. So this goes on like, she's calling like then it turns into like 2 nights a week, and she's asking for James, and I was like, oh, it's getting weird. So my manager at Pizza Hut agreed to let me put on like this. Oh wait, the story I gotta rewind. Sorry. There was this other dude at the trailer park who never tipped. This metal guy,
Yeah.
always working on his fucking like Camaro or like Trans Am or whatever in his driveway, like on blocks. Always working on it. Hood's always up. People take the pizza to him. Never fucking tips. So we get in this like bet, and I'm like, dude, I bet you I can get a fucking tip from him. I'm like, no way. Like, I'm betting cops. Like, and so what I did was like, got this wig from a costume shop that was like a mullet, and then like, got a different baseball hat that says Pizza Hut and like some aviator glasses, and timed it perfectly for the guitar solo in Sanitarium by Metallica. So when I pulled up to his house, didn't like get out of the car with the pizza, just blasted the solo of Sanitarium. And like, okay, for those of you at home, like, you're not going to be able to understand this, but so what I'm doing right now is I'm creating an illusion of a car hood in front of Andrew. And you're me in my car, and you're on the street, and I'm the dude working on his car.
Yeah.
This is what he did. Like, as the solo's playing, like, like,
Yeah.
this dude's head like appears from the side of the hood of the car, just starts nodding along with the music. And I waited until the solo was done, and then got out and took him his pizza, and I got a $3 tip.
Hell yeah. You know how to work people.
Oh, 2 Liberty cops had to give me $40 each.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
You got an $83
But
tip.
so that's where I acquired the wig, which ties into the other story.
Is that the Paco wig?
That was the beginning of Paco, but Paco before he was Paco was Kirk. Because that was like, somebody worked at Pizza Hut at some point whose name was Kirk, and I just grabbed the name tag and put it on my shirt because I didn't want to go back to this woman's house as James anymore because it was starting to creep me out.
Yeah.
So even though I'm still driving the hot pink Geo Tracker that belongs to James, I'm wearing the metal wig, the sunglasses, and I've got a Kirk name tag. And like, get to her door, and she's like, I asked for James. It's like, oh, he ain't working tonight. And she's like, well, can he still get the tip from this? Like, sure.
She didn't tip you before, but now she's like,
no, her tip was the 90.
Oh,
yeah, dude. Oh, so
that's pretty funny.
Now flash forward about like a month, and still going on. Like every time that her thing comes up and she's requesting me, I get to show up as Kirk. So I'm going to her place, dressed up as Kirk, and get to the door, knock on the door, and fucking this dude wearing like boxers, like white boxers, which, whoa, white boxers, and weird. A white wife beater comes flying out the door, like grabs me by the Pizza Hut uniform shirt, and he's like, is this the fucking guy? Is this the fucking guy? And she's like, don't, Terry. Like,
that's hilarious.
She's like, no, Terry, that's not him. Don't, Terry. He's like, you're fucking my girl, man. You're fucking my girl. Like freaking out, like about to fucking beat the shit out of me.
He knew a pizza was coming. Why did he?
Oh, dude. Well, apparently he thought that she'd been having these liaisons with
you,
James from Pizza Hut. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, that's not him. Look, that's Kirk. And he was like, sees that name tag and like, just like as he's like gripped it so hard, just like lets it go. Like, oh, sorry, man. Like, I got back to Pizza and I was telling my manager, like Jason, we're gonna put this like
we gotta
on the
stop.
Don't Deliver list.
Not
He's
deliver.
Like, what happened, man? like, dude, first of all, this guy's got white boxers. What the fuck?
That's funny.
Like, that's the worst color for
weird.
boxers.
Yeah.
any little particle that comes out of your butt is gonna show up on that shit.
Yeah.
Anything that drips out of your
If
penis.
you're not wearing whitey tighties, your boxers shouldn't be white.
Oh my god!
That's it.
But like, oh god, dude, delivery stories. There's just so many.
It's funny. I used to sell vacuums door to door, which is a stupid, goofy job. Which is also how I kind of got into comedy, a bunch of stuff. I was a very shy kid, and I used to sell vacuums door to door. And I remember walking down, knocking on people's doors. And one day I knocked on this lady's door, and I think she thought her boyfriend or someone was coming over, because she swings the door open like fast. And she is butt naked, and then she sees me, just like this 19-year-old kid in a fucking suit with a vacuum, like trying to clean her carpet.
Yeah, what the fuck are you?
And then I look at her, she looks at me, and she goes, "Ah!" And then shuts the door real quick. And then like 2 houses down, the cops came by and like, "What are you doing here?" It was so weird.
I went on one to like, and it's weird because when I go back to Liberty, like I still have to drive by the apartment complex.
Yeah.
And I keep, every time I'm with my dad, I'm like, I tell my dad the story. He's like, I know, like you've told me. I'm like, Dad, it's just the weirdest shit. Like, it was like 5 minutes before we closed. Took this, like, took a pizza to this apartment complex. The door was like already open. There's no lights on. It's a TV. It's serious. Like the TV's playing static. Like Carol Ann style, Poltergeist style static.
Oh yeah.
No lights on. It's just like the light of the TV.
That's
And,
I forgot about that.
I
movie.
kind of like knock on like the door from the outside. Like, hello, and the guy's like, come in. Like, I just this voice from like, come in. Like, it's like, oh no, sir, I need you to come up to the door. We're not allowed to come into your place. He's like, just come in. It's like, I'm not. And this is like, there's no lights on this place. It's just the TV playing static. That's the only light that's going on. And I can't even see where this voice is coming from. I was like, oh no, sir, it's against our policy to like step in. And he's like, for Christ's sake, will you just come in? Shut the door. It was like, well, no, we're not allowed to do that.
Shut the door makes
like,
it weirder.
Look, so,
even.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, look, if you're not gonna come up, then I'm just gonna have to take the pizza back because I need to have like a person here and need to pay. And he's like, I don't understand why you can't just come in and shut the door. Like, okay, I'm gonna leave. So I leave, get back to Pizza Hut, and this dude's calling Pizza Hut, and he's like, send it back. Like, but like it was.
Did you have to go back?
No, I made this fucking fat kid named Russ go back.
You go in.
No, like this kid Russ, who, like his parents were divorced or whatever, and they were battling over which one Russ is gonna like better. So they bought him this like New Jack City had come out.
Yeah.
That's how I just dated myself. Like, so his parents got him this like fucking sick Jeep Wrangler with like gigantic tires, amazing stereo system, and this is like this fat white kid from Liberty, Missouri. He's like driving around like, New Jack Hustler. Like, no, Russ. Like,
I feel like when you're in high school, it does matter what kind of car you have. Like that would
in
control.
1993.
Well, no, I know. I don't mean like it doesn't matter in the long run, but like popularity wise, like if you had a good car, then you were cooler.
Well, no, I mean there's always always been rich kids and
I had a big old conversion van with a couch in the back.
I had a '79 Chevy Impala.
Yeah,
it like I could get like 10 people in that thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, it'd be 10 of my friends all on acid, driving around smoking a joint in a fucking '79 Impala. Like we could hit shit, we wouldn't even know it. Like not at all. Like the gas tank, you had to pull the license plate down in the back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like the license plate would get tipped down. That's where you filled it up. Like
that's great. I remember I had my van. We would used to have parties in my van. It had a TV in it, and we used to go. One person would drive, and then we'd all drink Keystone Light in the back, and then one time we went on tour with it, and we actually went to play a show in Buffalo. We were in Rochester, well, Canandaigua at the time, but we go to Buffalo, and on the way back, we had like a group of people that came to watch the show from where we were from,
right?
And they follow. On the way back, I see their car. They had a flat tire, right? And instead of stopping and helping, we just laugh at them and like slow down and go, and we're like messing with them. And then 30 miles later, all of a sudden, I didn't realize I had to change my oil in my car yet, like ever. My car just catches on fire.
Oh yeah, no,
it catches on fire, and the whole car's filled, and we have all of our equipment in the back. And we're like unloading it as fast as we can, and then they come by us like 30 miles, and they laugh and honk. But then they pulled over, and then we fit all of us inside of like a Hyundai Sonata. There's like 12 people in a Hyundai Sonata for like an hour trip.
I bought a Volkswagen Bug Type 2 1974. It was green. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I delivered pizzas for the Godfathers in that thing until this fateful day where I was just driving down this road called Liberty Drive, and all of a sudden, like, the car is at like an angle and there's crazy noise, and I'm like skidding all over the fucking place and almost ran off a fucking ravine, and then ended up stopping right before it. And I get out of the car and I look back, and like 50 yards down the road is my tire and my axle.
Just gone.
It broke off.
That's crazy.
So like I run down the street, like I get it out of the road and like come back, like look into the car, like, whoa, I can't fix this. Like there's no way. And there's like one house on the street, and so I walk up to them, like knock on the door, a woman answers. Oh no, a guy answered first, and I was like, hi, I'm sorry, like I just like my axle just broke off my car down there. Could I borrow your phone for like 1 second just to call and have somebody come out? And the guy's like, we're going to the movies. And like his wife was like, just let him use the phone for a second. It's fine. He's like, we're gonna be late for the movies, like to her. And then he shuts the door, and I was like, well, fuck. And then the door like cracks open, and this phone comes out, like just a hand in a phone, like hands it to me, and it's just like, make it fast. And so I call the manager of Godfathers, like, hey Dave, so axle broke off the car. I'm on Liberty Drive, and he's like, did you get the pizzas delivered?
That's
like,
what's important.
Like, no, like my axle broke off on my car. I haven't got the pizzas there yet. And he's like, all right, I'll be there in a second. So he gets in his car. He comes out. He's there in like 2 minutes. And like he just pulls up,
picks up the pizzas,
and left me. Yeah, he fucking left me.
That's
my
awesome.
Locker partner from high school, Conrad,
so funny.
drives by.
Well,
going,
locker partner, does that mean you share lockers?
Yeah, we had locker partners.
That's goofy.
I don't go to like a high class school. Like, so my locker partner Conrad like drives by like going home, and like slows down immediately because he sees me standing there by the car, and he did that shit.
That's so
he
funny.
just like rolls in his window and he's like,
give me the pizza.
I was like, oh my god, yo, look at your fucking car. That sucks, man. And then just drives off.
Oh, what a bastard.
Oh, I had to walk like 3 more houses down and knock on it. And we're finally like, I got this old woman that was like, can I use your phone? I called my dad, and like he came out and he was like, whoa. He's like, wait, like this really happened?
That's
like,
funny.
So we took it in the repair shop, and the guy was like, well,
this car's dead.
oh, he's like,
done.
This isn't a Volkswagen axle. He's like, this is a Honda Civic axle. Someone welded on it. Someone broke. Like, oh, it's like that's probably why the car was $350.
Hey, if it was a $350 car and it ran at all, that's fucking
I love
great.
that fucking car though.
I bought a
I
car.
went on blind date with the Chiefette.
What's a Chiefette? Oh, that
The Chiefs
yeah,
cheerleaders.
Yeah, in that car.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was freezing cold, and it was like right at Christmas break for college, and she threw up on me, and then I was trying to drive her back, and my car started stalling on a hill. This is in the Volkswagen Bug, and the reason that she went on a date with me is she thought I reminded her of a Beastie Boy.
Well, here's a little.
Yeah,
no, that's not. That just
I had bleached blonde hair, like, and I wore overalls and shit, so
Yeah.
whatever. But
That's funny.
like my car's stalling out, like I can't get up to the top of this hill to get, like we're like 100 feet from her fucking place, and my car will not make it there. And she's like, well, this is the worst date ever.
What a jerk.
I was like, well, you know, Laura, I'm not really a white rapper from I should probably wrap it up.
You knew when you were getting in this bug that it wasn't gonna.
Yeah, you knew that. We're not in Brooklyn. Like,
I bought a car off of my friend. He was moving out of town for $50, and I thought it was just after my my van died, and I thought that he was being like just a sweetheart. It was a Hyundai Elantra, And he goes, I'll deliver it to you tomorrow before I move. I go, man, you're a fucking sweetheart. And in that day, he took the car home and he spray painted it pink and then Googled about 1,000 googly eyes on it. And then he dropped it off at my
That's fucking awesome.
Also awful. It was also awful. So I had a googly eye car for a minute. But
Should we wrap it up?
yeah,
or?
I think this is it. We're about done. We gotta go watch a soccer
We gotta
game.
order food for.
We gotta
Get
order.
Up
I'm
Kids.
starving.
The Get Up Kids are sitting inside Andrew's bar right now, watching Portugal play Spain, and for some reason, I have to get them food. So
Why do you have to get them food?
because I'm James,
You're the food guy.
that's just my thing.
We got the food guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get some good food. James, thanks for doing the podcast. But also, do you have anything you want to plug? This will come out in about a month.
In a month, there's been a new Get Up Kids EP out for a month.
Yeah,
Called
check
Kicker.
it out.
Um,
It's good.
and then I don't know, like.
You got a Twitter? What's your Twitter?
Well, go to your buddy Reggie for Instagram. Shit Dewees says is Twitter. Facebook is just my name. I don't know. Send me messages, because I respond. So
Yeah, he does.
let's talk about Milky Ways, because Milky Way Midnight's a lot better than regular Milky Way. A lot of people don't agree with me, but
I don't like Milky Way. They're the Snickers wannabe. Get out of here, Milky Way. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Youngblood. You can find me at No Youngblood on Twitter, on Instagram at YB Books, and see you next time.